On a tiny outlandish planet that belonged to none other than King Kai, Goku was deeply engrossed in his latest training regimen. Bubbles the monkey watched intently as Goku performed a series of rapid punches and kicks, his body moving with the precision of a well-oiled machine. Suddenly the Saiyan paused, sensing something peculiar, a disturbance that was not of his world, a strange distorted energy signature from another dimension. "That's odd," Goku muttered to himself, wiping the sweat from his brow. "I haven't felt anything like this before." His curiosity piqued, Goku in his typical fashion decided that this anomaly was worth investigating. With a brief word to King Kai, he placed 2 fingers to his forehead, focused on the energy signature, and vanished from the planet using instant transmission. When Goku reappeared, he found himself in a world quite unlike any he had encountered before. The skies were gloomy, the city around him was oppressive, and the air was thick with the scent of corruption. Goku's cheerful expression slowly faded as he took in his surroundings. The energy here was different, darker, and the people, there was something wrong with them. He couldn't quite place it, but the purity he was accustomed to sensing in heroes was disturbingly absent. Before Goku could gather his thoughts, a streak of blue and red shot through the sky, coming to a halt just before him. Homelander, the most powerful and feared soup in this world, hovered menacingly above Goku, his eyes glowing with barely contained rage after his latest defeat at the hands of the boys. Homelander sneered, sizing up the unfamiliar intruder. "You think you can just fly in here and upstage me? I'm the only god this world needs." Goku, never one to shy away from introductions, smiled warmly. "Oh, I'm not here to upstage anyone. I just sensed some weird energy and wanted to check it out. But hey, if you want to spar, I'm always up for a good fight." Homelander's sneer deepened into a scowl. He was used to fear, respect, and obedience, not this casual cheerfulness. Fearing Goku might be some plan executed by the boys. Without another word, he unleashed a blast of heat vision at Goku, expecting to reduce him to ashes. To Homelander's surprise, Goku didn't even flinch. With the ease of swatting a fly, Goku sidestepped the attack, leaving the heat vision to sear a deep trench in the pavement behind him. "Hey, that wasn't very nice," Goku said, still grinning but with a hint of reproach in his voice. "If you want to fight, we should do it somewhere less crowded." Homelander's frustration grew as he realized his usual tactics weren't going to work. He lunged at Goku, throwing a flurry of punches and kicks. But Goku, treating the whole thing as a light-hearted training session, dodged and deflected each blow with a relaxed, almost lazy grace. To him, this was like playing with Goten or training with Krillin, nothing more than a warm-up. As the one-sided battle continued, a group of onlookers, hiding in the shadows, took notice. It was Butcher, Frenchie, and the rest of the boys, who had been tracking Homelander's every move. Butcher's eyes narrowed as he watched the mysterious newcomer effortlessly handle the soup who had terrorized the world for so long. When the battle paused, Homelander retreated momentarily to reassess. Butcher saw his opportunity. He stepped out of the shadows, his usual smirk firmly in place as he approached Goku. "Oi mate. You're a strong one, ain't ya? But let me tell you, these bastards ain't what they seem. They're not heroes, they're the problem." Goku, who was still trying to make sense of this new world, turned to Butcher with a puzzled expression. "Really, they seemed kind of off. But I just thought they were having a bad day." Butcher chuckled darkly. "Oh, they're having a bad day all right, every bloody day of the week. And they make sure everyone else has one too. How about you join us? We could use someone with your talents." Goku scratched his head, considering the offer. "I'm not really into hurting people who don't deserve it, but if what you're saying is true, then I'll help you guys out. But only if it means stopping those who are actually bad." Butcher's smirk widened. "That's all we ask, mate." Goku, now allied with the boys, began his journey of discovery, and it didn't take long for him to see the truth of Butcher's words. The deeper they delved into Vought International's operations, the more Goku's carefree demeanor started to shift. He saw things that shook him to his core, scenes that even in his wildest battles he had never imagined. He walked through Vaught's pristine corridors, only to find the dark underbelly beneath the surface. Labs filled with inhumane experiments, children subjected to unimaginable horrors, all in the name of creating more powerful soups. Goku's usually bright eyes darkened with anger as he watched the suffering inflicted on innocents for profit and power. The final straw came when Goku stumbled upon a secret lab deep within Vought Tower. There, he found rows of tanks containing clones and hybrids, living beings created through twisted experiments combining soup DNA with that of regular humans. Some were barely alive, their bodies and minds broken from the cruel tests they had endured. Goku clenched his fists, the air around him crackling with energy as his fury reached a boiling point. For the first time since arriving in this universe, he felt an overwhelming urge to unleash his true power not for sport, but to destroy the evil he saw before him. It was in the heart of a Vought-controlled city, amidst towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, that the final showdown occurred. Homelander, now aware of Goku's alliance with the boys and Vought's imminent exposure, was enraged beyond reason. His perfect world, built on lies and fear, was crumbling, and he blamed Goku for it all. Hovering high above the city, Homelander glared down at Goku, who stood calmly on the ground below, looking up at the soup with an expression of grim determination. "This ends now," Homelander growled, his voice laced with venom. "I'm going to show you why I'm the only one who gets to call himself a hero." Goku's reply was calm but firm. "You're not a hero, Homelander. You're just a bully with too much power. And I've had enough of seeing you hurt people." With a primal scream, Homelander unleashed his full power, diving at Goku with a speed that would have been impossible to track for anyone else. But Goku was ready. As Homelander approached, Goku's hair flickered, turning a bright gold as he ascended to Super Saiyan. The two clashed with a force that shook the entire city. Homelander, desperate to prove his superiority, threw everything he had at Goku: heat vision, super strength, sonic booms, but it wasn't enough. Goku's power only continued to rise. Homelander found himself hopelessly outmatched at every turn. On the ground, Butcher and the rest of the boys watched in stunned silence. They had seen many things in their battles against the Supes, but nothing like this. Goku, a being of pure power and righteous anger, was tearing apart the world they knew with his bare hands. Despite the intensity of the battle, Goku's inherent naivete and pure-heartedness brought a darkly humorous edge to the situation. As he dodged another one of Homelander's attacks, he called out cheerfully, "Hey, you're really strong. But you'd be even stronger if you trained more and stopped worrying about being the best all the time." Butcher, watching from below, couldn't help but roll his eyes. "Bloody hell, this guy's gonna try and reform the Supes, isn't he?" Frenchie grinned, lighting up a cigarette. "I think I like this Goku. He's got a heart, unlike these Vought bastards." Meanwhile, Vought, ever the opportunistic corporation, attempted to spin the situation to their advantage. They sent a PR team to recruit Goku, completely oblivious to the fact that he was the one single-handedly dismantling their entire operation. In one particularly absurd scene, a Vought representative, slick and smarmy, approached Goku with a contract, offering him a spot in the Seven and his own line of merchandise. Goku, still mid-battle with Homelander, looked at the contract in confusion. "I don't really get what all this is about, but I'm kind of busy right now. Maybe later." The representative, not missing a beat, replied, "Of course, mister, we'll just wait over here until you're ready." The satire of the situation was glaring. Vought's desperation to maintain their grip on power was so absurdly out of touch that they failed to realize Goku's very presence was the end of their reign. After hours of battling, Homelander couldn't land a single blow on Goku. Frustrated and exhausted, he finally accepted defeat and retreated, vowing to return once he figured out a way to beat Goku. Goku's arrival in the boys' universe was more than just a one-on-one victory, it was a game-changer. He didn't just bring down Homelander and topple Vought's empire, he exposed the truth for everyone to see, forcing the world to confront the deep-rooted corruption and evil that had thrived for so long. As the dust settled and Goku prepared to return to his own universe, Butcher approached him one last time. "Well, mate," Butcher said, his usual smirk replaced with something almost resembling respect, "you've done a number on this place. Don't know what we'll do without you." Goku smiled, placing a hand on Butcher's shoulder. "You'll do fine. Just remember, real power isn't about being the strongest, it's about doing what's right. And you guys, you've got that in you." With that, Goku placed two fingers to his forehead and, in a blink, vanished, leaving behind a world that would never be the same. The people, inspired by his actions, began to question what it really meant to be a hero. And in the wake of Vought's downfall, a new era began, one where the lines between good and evil were no longer so easily blurred, thanks to the Saiyan who had come from another world and shown them the way. Anyway, that's the end. I'm thinking of creating such fictional stories as I have some time in hand. Please share any ideas you have in the comments. And please like, share and subscribe for more.